Okay, I really shouldn't be talking about this, but it was something that annoyed me so much and prevented me from having a hearty breakfast I always enjoy in the morning. And it was Thursday, the 14th of the 11th for the 13th, The Guardian, front page. An article by somebody called Jonathan Dimbleby. When the longest serving heir becomes king, no less than a quiet constitutional revolution will occur, writes Jonathan Dimbleby. Charles at 65, a pensioner, waits for the job of his life. I must say, it took me 3 attempts to actually finish this article. I've never seen such brown nosing in all my life. I don't read the Daily Mail, but I don't even think the Daily Mail would do something like this. This is like the sort of something from the Stalin era, and I can only think this Dimbleby geezer is after maybe wants to be one of the members of the Order of the Garter or something like that. Anyway, it's the most excruciating read imaginable. I shall give you some of the edited highlights of it, though. It says here, after about a couple of 100 pages of blah, the heir, I pronounce it hair, or I don't know, what is it? The heir to the throne is a creature of unique combination of accidental factors. His long apprenticeship, fierce convictions, and an incurable urge to speak out again and again on issues that matter to him. Then he goes on a bit more. He is a complex individual, many-faceted, not always at ease with himself or the world. Unlike you or me, he can be selfish and inconsistent. I've already said incontinent there. Lie is not so good here. He is prone to be tetchy from time to time, and is even known to lose his rag. He has known intense personal sorrow, and his first marriage failed. He is apt to think he is misunderstood, and he has occasionally succumbed to gloom and even moments of despair. On the other hand, he is not vainglorious or arrogant. He is thoughtful and intelligent. He has an enviable memory and powerful emotions of the better kind. He is courteous, kind, compassionate and sensitive. He is moved easily to tears by individual suffering or sublime music. He relishes and recites Shakespeare. He is reduced to helpless laughter by Spike Milligan and Ronan Atkinson. On and on it goes. Then a little bit it says, none of this makes him unique, but it does make him a human being. And on it goes. And there's more brown nosing. Let's give you some more of the flavour of it. It says, nor is it his opinions alone that have made an impact. He is a doer. Take the charities. Over the past 40 years, he has created a network of organisations that have raised billions of pounds. 139 million last year and steadily rising. It is imaginable or cranky to offer ways to escape to the neglected and deprived. Is it marginal or cranky to offer ways of escape to the neglected and deprived, to support local communities in stress, to tackle the squalor of the inner city, to campaign for an agriculture that sustains small producers, to establish an international task force to arrest rainforest destruction, to sustain the biodiversity of the planet, to avert what he describes as a catastrophe of climate change. No, it's all one sentence, the guy is he just can't brown nose quick enough. It's like kind of almost like spewing it out. Anyway, there's some more. It goes on and on and on and on. There's another bit there. It says, the prince does not court controversy for its own sake. Nor is he by nature a campaigner, but once an idea has him in thrall, he rarely lets up. To this end, he has not only speaks his mind in public, but works assiduously behind the scenes. Yeah, I bet he fucking does. And not only by writing those controversial private letters to government ministers. At Clarence House and Highgrove, he convenes thinkers, writers, artists, entrepreneurs, public servants and politicians to sit down together to explore ways of resolving one or another national or international challenge. Nor are these glamorous occasions. Later this month, Messrs. Cameron and Miliband will join him in a conclave of charities to hammer out targets for training young people to be volunteers. In short, the heir to the throne is exceptionally unlikely to rest on his birthday laurels. Well, you don't say. And the last bit, it says, but in the run-up to the global summit, which is something that's going on now and apparently, he might well take it upon himself to urge, I don't even know what this meant, I'll miss that word out, politicians to rise above immediate rivalries to meet the challenge of, say, global poverty, inequality, ethnic and religious hatred, water and food shortages, the loss of habitat and biodiversity, that raft of crises which led him to recently warn that humanity was sleepwalking to disaster. I do not foresee Purdah as a likely option. Neither do I. I've got another option for him. But I'd just like to tell you this. Then the next day in The Guardian, I, foolishly, turned straight to the letters pages, thought it'd be full of complaints about all this brown nosing and so on, say, Charles is nothing but a worthless parasite. When are we going to have a republic? When are we going to get rid of these parasites? Why does everybody crawl up their asses and so on? Not a word, not a single letter. So Guardian readers say, you might laugh at people that read The Sun, and you might, sneer at people that read the Daily Mail, but you know better. You're going for this brown nose into royalty crap as well, because if you didn't, you'd have protested about it. So there, yeah. So much for the chattering classes. Absolutely useless. So what to do with the royal family? I'm fucking anarchist. I want a revolution. And the very first demand of a revolution, get rid of our bloody monarchy and the aristocracy. Get rid of the lock, stock and barrel. Confiscate all their palaces, all their castles, all their property, all their lands. There's hundreds of thousands of acres. Don't subsidise them anymore. Abolish them completely. Take every stick of wealth from them. That would add generally to the public happiness. Think of what we could do with all that stuff. A hell of a lot. And what are we going to get when Charles is eventually king? Why, a whole load of brown nosing again, people sucking up to him and so on. How much longer can we take this business? As that old hag, the Queen, sort of fades away, we've got this gibbering idiot that can hardly put a word together, going to be our head of state. Is this what you want? You want this as your leader, this thing, this inbred creature, that has to have two people to dress him in the morning. And probably to hold his penis when he has a piss, and God knows wipe his arse when he has a crap, and put toothpaste on his brush in the morning. This is it. Is it some sort of sick parody or something, or is it just part of our endemic corruption, our inability to change, that we're ruled by these idiots? And we are ruled. They do have power. You could see that by reading these conclaves and so on. I don't have Cameron and Miliband coming around and have a conclave with me about the state of the nation, do I? No. I wish I did. They'd be certainly welcome, but you'd never see them again. I'll tell you that. They'd end up in the fridge. Does Charles have any use as a human being at all? No. No use whatsoever. But he does have one outstanding feature that's not mentioned there, right? And that is his ears. Because I'm a traditionalist, right? I'm old-fashioned. And I feel that when we cut his head off, we grab him by the ears and hold up his head like that for the masses to shout and cheer with joy as they see his severed head. So yes, Charles, you are useful in that way. You've got good ears for that. And oh yes, and Mr. Dimbleby, when you become a member of the Order of the Garter, after we've beheaded Charles, we'll string you up with your garter and all right. So there you are, all of the guys, all 13 of them strung up on a tree. That's the sort of lynching I like to see. That's the fruit I like to see swaying in the summer or the winter breeze. So on that happy note, I have purged my bad breakfast day last week by coming out and saying that. And I figured out about all the royals. I'm disgusted by that. Let's just get rid of them. Well, why haven't we got a big movement in this country, or any movement that wants to seriously get rid of them? Let's get rid of them and ride on to the kids that fired the fireworks into Buckhouse the other day. I'd like to see maybe other than fireworks being fired into the Stalin's widows, or whatever you call them, you know, Hezbollah type stuff. That's what I'd like to see fired into Buckingham Palace, but not by Hezbollah, but by the population. I'd like to level the place entirely. All right then, okay, goodbye. See you for the next broadcast.